following is a presentation of TFNN. The Global Market Pulse with your host, John Logan. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, John Logan.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the show. We got to take a look at Apple first here. Obviously, you guys not living in a cave. No, they sold a couple more iPhones than they were expected. So we had a little bit of a, post earnings move up here. 103.45 looks like one of the last prints. I've been really looking at this as you've been watching the show, trading below 98.64 being short. But when you have earnings announcements, you have a choice. What the heck is going on? Sorry, guys. I don't know how that happened. Well, you have a choice whether you want to roll the dice before the earnings or not. Again, this is a great example of technically, again, trying to use long-term profiles and the trend down. I think Larry's actually been speaking about this too. That Apple has been a relatively weak stock in a market. You guys are. Let me go back here. You guys have been aware that the major technical breakdown happened around 125, and things on their lows can go lower. And when you have inflection points you can sell, that's always a good thing. In this type of scenario, you've got the help with the market allowing Apple to show itself. But before earnings, that's a kind of a choice you have to make. I mean, those are things that can go either way. I personally thought we were going to slough off more. But again, now that the earnings have come out, if you're in the stock short right now, you've got to make some decisions here. Here's the daily. This thing, anything can happen, and any instrument can do anything. I don't know if I said that right, but as we look at this, you might be saying, well, where can I double down on this short? You don't want to get into that scenario. You don't want a dollar cost average on a short. That can get kind of crazy. I think this was a little bit unexpected. So if you were short before the announcement, it feels good sometimes just to get out of something that might be against you. I think that might be one of the cases right now. And then, maybe just sit tight and wait for some more information to come out as far as technical information. Here's our 240s. Let me show those. You're probably going to have some new things to lean on up here. You just got to wait and see, and you will see those in the scanner. If I drill down into the technology sector on the ETF sector, there's Apple, first one. That's weird. I've never seen that color. I have no. No, I don't. Pink. Is this a joke? Is somebody playing a joke on me? Anyway, that's supposed to be red, folks. I guess it's magenta. But again, this is showing pre-market activity when you go into the landscape view. There's the level of the market. We're above all the most recent profiles. This is interactive data we're getting for the daily, so it's still showing daily prints below there. You guys are aware of that. So again, you just got to kind of wait and see now. If you're short, it can go higher. Don't think you're a failure by punching out a trade sometimes when they're against you. It's a part of this game, folks. Will Apple and that news drag everything up? Let's just take a look immediately at the S&Ps. This is what I like here. We had that new profile attempting to appear. We've got this 2069 sitting there now. Or actually, wait a minute, what is that? 2170, excuse me. 2169.57 rounded off 2170. So I think you've got something to lean on here. I think you've got a chance for this to explore the fair auction down to 2152. I don't think it's a bad situation from a trading standpoint. So it's kind of cool to see a new profile. It's a thin profile. Remember, on our automated trading systems, we usually opt out on trading inside thin profiles. usually try to trade breakouts of those things, but again, a new profile could explore the fair auction downward here. And we've also got, like somebody said in the den here, FOMC stuff coming out. You got some stuff coming out in Australia this week too. I want to review that trade, that Aussie dollar trade that has snapped back. I forgot who I was talking about that with yesterday in the den. And obviously, you've got a lot of earnings-related stocks out. Also, let's take a look at gold now. This is something that will, by all means, have some ramifications on the price of gold based on what these guys start yapping about here. But and by the way, gold has a tendency to just kind of flush some people out before it makes a move one way or the other after those announcements. A lot of different products do that. Beans did last time. It was incredible how that thing had gone down to, I think, 1092, somewhere in that neighborhood, before it rallied back up right after the announcement up to, I think, 1160 in the same 60-minute bar. It was kind of incredible. So be aware of that on gold. I like how gold is kind of, usually when I talk about these inflection points, like the bottom of our daily on gold, you want to see these things kind of get away from these inflection points to stay away from them. That's the only kind of weird thing going on here. But again, I think gold is just poised for and sitting on the launching pad, in my opinion. I think the odds are you got to, again, look at the long-term trend, still north. Who knows what Yellen and that crew is going to say, but I kind of like how this thing is kind of getting spring-loaded here, contracting even in daily bars, inside bars, however you want to look at it. I think the odds are we're going to probably move up, but again, put your stops in. Sometimes it's better to wait till after those announcements and or rhetoric, and then look at these things after they've made more of a valid move, like on beans that day, for instance. The notes, again, everybody's kind of sitting on the launching pad here, just waiting. But I like the 10-year trade from the long side still. I mean, just turn a wrench the same way. Dollar, same situation here. Got a new profile. Inflection points 97.45 and 96.60 on the dollar. Obviously, that's going to be reacting to some of that rhetoric also. Keep that in mind. Just to hit the usual suspects on the first segment here, let me hit crude really quick. Man. All right, so there's nothing to play defense on long term here down below. I'm not going to really get excited about crude again on the September contract until we get above 43.39 on the long side. Really coming off here. So, again, I'm looking at the 240s for any type of reversal on crude. Those are in the scanner. And, guys, we will be right back.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. John takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Hi guys, welcome back. Currencies, here we go. Australian dollar. God dang it, I hate this. Man, I really like this as a long, but it's testing my nerves right now. Bottom of the profile on the daily, just didn't want to get away from it. I mean, you can look at a lot of different inflection points, but these dailies and weeklies are very powerful. It's very concerning that we've just kind of ratcheted back down to this DMZ that we talked about. I'm trying to hang in there, but again, some news coming out in Australia this week. The word always is that everybody's terrified not to have a race to zero. And the dovish comments are global at this stage. Yeah, Russ, I know I was, yeah, man. I think ultimately that thing is going back to par with the dollar. But again, that's a very long-term view. I mean, to not get shaken out of that type of trade and just to, get it out of your head, just like the euro trade for me, I have been and continue to be short the euro with a call hedge on, and in the money call hedge. So that's the way I'm looking at the euro trade. Here's the euro trade. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut my Skype off. Here's the euro trade. Again, I'm just, 109 general area was initial targets. I really think we can fall through the floor there. That's obviously going to be reacting. It's a trading opportunity. It's what the desks are looking for. FOMC minutes, the whole 9 yards. Here's the pound. I really like this trade from the long side, and we've reached a low. He's got a new weekly profile as of Monday. 130.19 unfair lows. We've reached a low of 130.57. You've also got these daily unfair highs sitting here. So I like how we've kind of broken stride here. I like how we're basing. I like stops below that area still in the British pound. I think it's a pretty low risk trade. And remember, just like the yen and a lot of other products out there, a lot of times these fair auctions are explored. You could have an explosion here. But again, put your stops in or put the hedge on. I'm a big fan of the hedge and kind of not trading as often. Your brokers are going to assassinate me if I say that more, but are there any brokers left? I don't know if there are. Anyway, Japanese yen, I like this from the long side. I do not like shorting this thing. We reached our targets 107.71. We've gotten back above 105.34. These are all profiles in the scanner. Kind of just, I don't like trading this from the short side. I think we can easily get back to 110.40, that general area on the yen. That's what I'm looking for. A breakout above 107.71, 72 again is going to, in my opinion, lift that up. Canadian dollar, just going to hit the currencies really quick. Talked about the ultimate targets, 133, 10, 11 on this one. That's the situation on the currencies. So let's go back and hit a couple of stocks here. Tesla, man, this guy's building up some debt, huh? All right, 233.37. We're trading 228. We haven't reached 233 yet, but remember, that's kind of, again, we're getting in that neighborhood. I think you're getting close. I think you can look at this. You know, market coming back would possibly help this a lot. I like how we stayed below profiles. If you go into the scanner and you look for situations, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look for stocks trading below profiles. Boom, there you are. Starting to build up here on the long-term weekly. And there's Tesla. 13 weeks below profiles. There you go. So 233 stops above. I think we can come off on this thing. All right, so we're back in action here. Let's take a look at Twitter. Yeah, Russ, I hear you too. I hate it when I get stopped out of trades just like everybody else. And that's why sometimes if there's a long-term view, it's just better to put the hedge on. A lot of times just that simple, easy, stupid in-the-money calls or in-the-money puts just lets you, the insurance is in place. You're pretty much delta neutral almost, being in the money, and you have to have a bigger move. And a lot of times if you're short the instrument and long in the money calls, if you do have that move down, the calls will usually hold their value a little bit better than the puts on the inverse trade. Here's Twitter, obviously 1642, not the best news in the world out on this thing. And here's been the long term. We did break stride before, and this is all in the scanner. Kind of go back, I love these type of trades, the breakout to go back and retest. But now before earnings, this is another good example. Either rolling the dice or not rolling the dice before earnings. We're trading below profiles on the daily now, and all bets are off. So, we could easily revisit 1543 on this. If you're stuck in this long before the earnings, you're kind of in no man's land down here below these profiles. I think the best hope scenario for you right now is 1778, but you could reach 1543. So those are the big numbers on Twitter. Let's look at State Street, a little baby JP Morgan in the making. Let me read you the comments here. State Street agreed to pay $382 million for misleading mutual funds and other custody clients by applying hidden markups to Forex trades. Blah, 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 blah. So I think, is Jamie Dimon involved with State Street now? Does anybody know about that? Did Jamie Dimon pay the fine and take a rake and pull the money in? The way of the future. So here's State Street. Nothing to write home here about. I guess there's not a lot of, I know, Terry, it's just, it never ends. It's literally amazing and criminal at the same time. Throw somebody in jail one time. Give them 10 years, no parole. It'll all stop. That's the most terrifying thing for these folks. Take their BMWs and throw them in jail. Then you got to weigh it out. 10 years versus 4 billion. Let me see if I could do that little stretch. So you got to make the time. A little bit more painful than keeping the money. What do you guys think? Boeing, obviously some decent news out this morning, or perceived decent news, 137 trading pre-market. So here's the long term on Boeing. Again, you've got the news now. Was a stock that really wasn't really participating in the latest rallies, but now we're kind of up in here. So the pullback support areas on Boeing now 135.67. I don't think you can just kind of walk in this morning and start buying Boeing. You just have to wait. We're going to take a look at the NASDAQ when we come back, folks. Stay tuned.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the show. And we're going to take a look at the NASDAQ. All right. So Apple, obviously, having to some degree a bearing on this index. I like how they play musical chairs with the stocks. If they're doing bad, they just throw them out of the index. They keep the nonsense going north. Here we go, 4,700. These are the NASDAQ futures, by the way. So, what do you do with this? There's nothing to really lean on to go long or short up here. Here's the 240s. You know, we could have a retest of 46.65. I don't know if you should count on that. Again, I like to be able to play defense and wait for longer term inflection points to be approached. So, P, I don't really see a lot of, you know, I mean, I don't know how to play defense on this, so therefore I don't know how to trade it, is the way I look at this. And I don't know what you're looking at, but if you want to call in, I'd love to hear it, because I just don't see a way to really take advantage of this in a way that, you know, we can put some kind of risk reward scenario in our favor. But that's just the way I look at it. I'd love to hear your opinion. So love to have call-ins, by the way. Let's take a look at beans really quick. I think somebody was asking about November beans. We never look at beans. Just kidding. All right, so here's a long-term view. You guys know that. The 1015, 1016 is a big retracement up into number based on the weekly unfair highs. There's a daily. Got a new profile probably going to appear here, but not yet. No long-term inflection points to lean on. So 974.5, that general area. We finally broke stride on the 240 since first time since 1120. That's where you could look at putting stops below and try to trade this thing back up to 1015. That will be kind of a trade against the long-term trend up. But again, you're going to get some bigger, better inflection points on the daily pretty soon. Any comments on that one? All right. Let's take a look at a couple of stocks here. And as we look at this, no problem, P. I love when you guys ask questions, too. I think everybody might benefit from them. Let's take a look at 3M. Man, this used to be an awesome stock to trade. The specialist was actually fair. All right, so 178 right now looks like, is that a print this morning? Nope, not yet. Don't have any prints yet in 3M. So here's the situation on 3M. Probably going to have a new profile appearing next week, next Monday, but here's the deal on the daily. And again, this is another kind of let the market come to you plan that allowed you to have a little bit of a chance to play defense here. And when we're in the middle of the, you know, we're up in the stratosphere on the weekly, we're in the middle of a profile on the daily. Again, you just don't have a chance to play defense until you get into one of these areas to enact the trade, if you can see that. A lot of times these fair auctions are completely explored, and then, you know, if you're kind of taking things in that light, you know, 176.44 was kind of the place you could, again, play defense against. So what do you do with 3M? I think it depends on how this thing opens, but you know, again, I think it's a strong stock in a strong market, and you got to be buying support on stuff like that. URI. Here we go. And a lot of these are in the scanner. You get all this information in the scanner. URI, United Rentals, is that it? P? Another request out of the den. Okay, so here's the situation on URI trading. It looks like 80. Is that today's print? Not printing yet. Obviously a big gap up. What do you do with this now? Here's the 240s. I don't know how much leverage you have here. We could explore the fair auction down to 74.19 just to do it. I don't know if there's no long-term ways to really lean against this. It probably does deserve a pullback, but anything can happen. 74.19 will be the big number as of right now to trade it down into on a contra trade. Let's take a look at Buffalo Wild Wings. Man, they even put these things in small towns now. Here we go. All right, so it looks like we're printing 155 pre-market, so it closed at 147 yesterday on the close. Trading above weekly unfair highs. That's a pretty big deal. And again, as you can see, these things, when these profiles are emitted, there's the impending profile coming out, that yellow bar. In the scanner, you go in here, you'll see these, and I'm going to pull up new profiles attempting to appear on the weekly here. You can just come in here and really quickly find, you know, things to put on your radar screen by Friday. If these things are still in force, you know that's going to be out by Monday morning. And then you can kind of, you know, put these in your custom portfolio in the scanner. Just keep an eye on them. Understand that those new inflection points are there. They're very powerful. As you can see, there's Buffalo Wild Wings, the top before. There's the bottom, Neighborhood. And again, waiting for the long-term inflection points to be approached a lot of times are just really powerful things. There. Doesn't always work. These key reversals are great when they happen around profiles, and then they retest, as you can see there. I like to look at the markets via levels now more than anything else. But again, going back to Buffalo Wild Wings, 155 above there now. Now you've got support at 151.13 on BWLD. You probably got better longs out there, though. I'll admit that. All right, DuPont. Let's take a look at a couple other things that are in the news here. Earnings related. Looks like we got a print at 69.48. I'm assuming that's real. So here's DuPont. Not really piercing this. Going back in time. This is kind of the way. Wow, man, this thing's been a wild ride. This could be a place to play defense against on the short side. You might have to have a little bit market help to bring this down. I'm not so sure the broad start market's ever going to come down, so it's a little scary shorting against weekly unfair highs right now. McDonald's. And again, you know, we're always trying to find what's the higher probability trades, what's showing itself. MCD is the symbol there on McDonald's. And I'm just going through some earnings related stocks. I'm not finding these in the scanner. 121.89 looks like is that a real print this morning? Yes. So I haven't been a big fan of being long this stock. You've been watching this show. So 118.86 could be in order here easily. A little bit of market help, that would be great. I don't think McDonald's is something you need to be kind of stepping in and buying this morning. We could head lower on this. We're going to take a look at Panera when we come back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Hi guys, welcome back to the show. We're going to look at Panera in a second. We're going to look at Blackstone Group first. I don't know. Let me see here. I don't know if that's a real print. Don't know if we're printing yet this morning. Here's the daily on Blackstone. Man, what a power move up, huh? But if you look at the weekly, and remember, these profiles are based on volume at price. So instead of looking at volume relative to time, we've emitted or outputted these profiles based on volume at price, and our algorithm that says, you know what, here's the meaty part of the bell curve. So right now we're reaching an envelope at the top on Blackstone Group, so 2776. I believe this is in the scanner. This stock is in there. You know, got a chance to make a trade on this one. A weekly close above here might change things, but again, you know, I think the market has allowed this thing to, you know, lately just kind of be dragged up, and you've got a chance, in my opinion, as a trading opportunity on the short side. Let's take a look at Panera. It's not in the scanner. You know what, RJP? This is another good thing. Send an email in, and I'm going to forward it to the to my tech guys, and they'll just put it in there in the other section. So if you go in here, and if you guys want some instruments that are not in the scanner in there, this little section called other. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this. Oh, let me get rid of the sort too. How about that? So we go in here and we choose other, and it'll have some you know, some things that folks wanted in here to just kind of constantly look at. If it's something, if it's a shot in the dark, I mean, maybe don't bother sending it in. But if it's something that you're following and you know, could be a household name, feel free to send it in. We'll get it in there, no problem. So let me pull up the S&Ps here and the NASDAQ like that. Boom. And we're in business here. All right, so let's take a couple, Panera. All right, so trading, looks like is this a real print? Yeah, 215.79. So you know, when I was a complete moron, which there's still remnants of me being a moron, this stock was astounding to me back in maybe the early 2000s. I couldn't believe how popular this company and this stock and this new wave of going and paying, you know, for a piece of bread and a cup of coffee. People just wanting to do that. Massive margins. we're at the top of a profile again. We're trading, looks like 2015.79 this morning. So, what do you do with this now? Kind of a wild ride. I don't think you ought to be shorting this. This is, you don't want to see things crowding. But again, you've had the market move up pretty high. It can't seem to, even with the news, get away and get above these weekly unfair highs. If you force me to trade this stock, I'd like to look at it from the short side against 2016.61. But amazing. It used to blow my doors off. This stock just was on a tear. And I tried to short it a couple of times and got my head taken off, which was dumb. Valero. All right, so looks like we're printing about 52.80. I only have one head, Tom. Here we go. Let's give the print again here. 52.80. This is kind of cool because we've rallied up. We're trading a little bit higher this morning. I wouldn't be looking at this from the short side. I mean, oil could do a little bit of a move up. This has obviously gotten pounded lately. And with it sitting on the unfair highs, if oil moves up, this could actually break these 53.77s, but at least you're kind of getting up into an inflection point to make some decisions. Weekly closes above there would be a little bit of a change in tone here, but I think you got better things to put mental capital towards right now than VLO. Let's take a look at Verizon. Man, they made such a awesome move lately. What in the world? How could somebody have screwed up Yahoo's situation? That's called bad management, man. And there's no other way to blame anything else. Here's Verizon. It looks like this morning we're trading 54.81. That looks like a good print. Yes. So 54.81. So here's, got a big wide profile on the weekly. Here's the daily. Here's the 54.19 support area down here. And let me make sure this is a real print, 54.81. Okay. That support on Verizon. I don't know if that's going to hold, though. I mean, that's just dumb what they just did. I don't know how else to put it. Siri. Every time I look at Sirius XM, I think of my friend that forces me to get in his car, and every time I do it, he turns on the satellite radio and plays Grateful Dead and starts talking about, the show in Detroit on 1971 September or something like that. I have a bad taste in my mouth for XM radio. 435. God, isn't it amazing? The people that follow the dead, they know every show, every month, every city. It's incredible. So here's the situation on Siri. Looks like we're printing. This is live this morning, 4:33. It was interesting how we kind of broke out of that weekly, never really looked back. But it's a really cheap stock. If you're looking at this, I don't really. Again, I had an email about this one. I don't think there's a lot of leverage on this one, so this is kind of a pass. Caterpillar. Nice little formation here. Close above, go back and retest. I think Caterpillar, you've obviously got some dollar-related issues here always. Dollar moves higher. This may kind of put a little bit of a lid on this for a while, but, all things considered, very strong looking and has broken and, come back and retested that 78.88 area. What do you do with it now? Support now is 81. I think we've got Charlie from Miami on with us. Charlie, you there? Hello? Maybe we lost him. He asked for BP. This is a cool setup. 34.83 looks like we're printing pre-market. So, again, we've come down, touched the top of that new profile this week. And remember, a profile appearing below price action is very bullish in general on the algorithm. So we came back and hit it, and I like this. I like stops below 34 on this one, too. Good heads up there from Charlie. Oh, Charlie, you back?
Yeah, I got cut off. What did you say? I was looking for BP and Gilead.
Yeah,
What do you
BP we
think?
just looked at, and I think we got to end the show in a second here. I'm going to pull up Gilead really quick. Thanks for calling in. Here's the situation with Gilead. Looks like the printing, 8135. Here's the long term on Gilead. I think we got to be out of this. Thanks, guys.
So, all right.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Larry Pesavento, a 40-year veteran trader. He uses pattern recognition, Gartleys, butterflies, ABCs, and Fibonacci in order to trade these markets. Trade what you see. Next on TFNN.
And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Just saw the caller and the time and just thought we were into the show. My bad. Looking at FCX, we're going to hit British BP and the other stock that he was asking about, Gilead, in just a second. FCX, I wanted to mention before we get into that. You know, I really like this setup, and I like the possibility, literally, of a couple of metals moving north here. And I love how this thing, we got a print this morning, 1271, is just hanging around above these weekly unfair highs. And I love how this navigator really changed tone recently and is actually trying to make new highs at the same time down below. So I think FCX could be, you know, a decent little move here. Let's take a look at BP again. Apologize for that. Before 33.97, again, that profile appearing below at price action for the gentleman in Miami, Charlie. Apologize for that. Let's hit your two stocks here. You called in about. If you could call back in, we could still talk. But 34 again stops below. I think you could have a nice little bounce here on BP. But again, this was kind of the cool ultimate setup here you look for. You look for profiles appearing below price action and actually coming down and giving you a chance to play killer defense like that. That's insane. Let's take a look at Gilead really quick here. I was just rushing through that when I thought the show was ending. Yeah, this is something, in my opinion, you just stay away from. I mean, there's nothing on sale here. There's something wrong. Yeah, I don't see the leverage on that one. Let's take a look at U.S. Steel. All right, so printing, looks like we're printing this morning 2468. Again, another cool setup like FCX, closing above, retesting general neighborhood this week, staying above 2055, defense below. Not an exciting thing here to trade 2465 after the earnings. Not a bad situation. LLY, Lilly, these are, again, earnings-related stocks. Is this a real print? Maybe 82. Obviously in the XLV, 85.40 would be the back the truck up situation on the short side. I don't know if we're going to get there. Let's take a look at Amazon. $739.58. Again, I don't think you short this one in any remote sense. Not even one share. 731.50 still hovering above. It looks very launching paddish to me. Facebook. $122.30 pre-market, it looks like. Again, you know, you can do yourself a favor and not short Facebook or Amazon ever. Do not try to outthink these things. Everybody and their brother out there races to buy shares of these things. Don't stand in their way. Okay. Let's take one more look at a couple of things before we close here that we covered earlier. S&Ps do have something to lean against. 2169, 2170 up there now. We could explore down to 2152. That's a little bit of a scary trade, but it is what it is. Gold, 1315 is going to be your defense area on this one, below there based on your appetite for risk. Remember, we got FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock today. Have a good day, guys.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.